So what I usually do when I'm working with typography, so we've got a simple logo mark. You can stop there if you want, but I usually try and add the type as well. Even though we're not going to focus on customizing it a lot and making a custom letter mark, we can still play around and learn some tips from that. So I'll press T for the type tool and left click. Then I'm just going to scale this up so you can see the Illustrator will just make it like that. I'm going to bring it up and just make it white. And then what I usually do, I usually type out the name. And then a cool trick is that you see how it's lowercase. You can go to the top left corner, press type. If you need, you can change the case and go uppercase or title case, whichever one you want. Just like that, and it can change it like really quickly. And what I'll do, I'll go to my text panel or my character panel, and I'll start flicking through some typefaces. So I already have a few in mind that I think will be useful. You can even use free ones like Bebes. Try that one. And I'll just start, selecting ones that I feel could work. So we'll do DDC. Obviously, as you get better as a designer, you will know what works and what doesn't. And I'm trying to go for a sans serif look because it's more of a bold, modern type of logo. So it will fit nicely with that logo mark. Like if you use a brush or a script font, it will look too feminine, right? And so you got to keep that in mind when you're selecting fonts. So I'll go through, and once you start to know your typefaces more often, then you'll know what to pick. So I'll pick Japuki. That one's pretty cool. And some of these are free, some of these are not. The top one's not free, but the rest are. So you can see here, I've already just laid down at my type, and I'm already starting to see which ones are starting to work. So you can see Bebes is a bit too condensed. The DDC hardware is got some nice curvature, but I think it's a little bit too thick. I kind of like this font as I used before because it's got that nice point, but it's also got some, interesting curves in the letters. And then you've got Japuki, which is kind of cool. It's got custom letters already there, and the E there makes it more intricate, more abstract, as well as makes it stand out a little bit more unique. But then we can, customize that and make it work. So what I'll do, I'll just select one of these, and I guess we'll select this one up the top here, and we can customize that because I kind of like this M, how it flows out like that. So we'll use that one, and then I'll just move these ones to the side, and I'll just bring this out, and I'll just make copies of it. So I'm just holding Alt and Shift and just dragging copies out, and I'll see what it looks like. And the key to type is that you always want to customize it. You never want to just leave it like that. Always try and customize your type when you're working with logos, because anyone can just slap a typeface up, but you don't want to do that. You want to actually design and customize it. So I'll go to type and then just go. So I'm just playing around with the words. As you can see there, I'm already starting to see some things that I want, some things that I like. So you can see how the typeface looks, and then zoom out and see how it looks. And if you can print it out, print it out. So you can see there, I kind of like it being all caps, which is better. So I'll use that. And I don't think I'm going to use that color. That's not really the vibe we're going for here. I want it to be clean and simple. So I'm just going to stick with this typeface for now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a bit more bold. So I'm going to go to the type styles and go black, make it a little bit bolder. I'm going to hold Alt or Option if you're on a Mac, and I'm going to press right arrow key as well, and that's going to bump up the kerning to give some more space, some more breathing room. And what I'm going to do is we're going to edit this. So I'm going to close that and go to type and create outlines. What this does is actually turns it into a shape, but before we do that, I'm going to make a copy of this, so we can always go back to it if we want to edit it. So I'll select it, go to type, create outlines. And you can see there that it's all shapes now. And what I can do, I can ungroup it if I want by going object, ungroup. So then all the shapes are separate. And then I can just go ahead and edit it. So I want to edit these A's because I want that pointy look, that pointy just triangular motion. So it's like pointing up, so it's like a rocket. So it's like you're moving forward. It's like a space camp. You can grow and that's the thinking behind these design decisions. So I'm going to get my pen tool, and I'm going to just use these anchor points as help, and I'm going to left click, and boom, like that. And then I'm going to get my eyedropper tool and just select the background color. And you can see now we have that shape that's covered up. You can see how it's a little bit bent here. I don't know if you can notice that, but it's not completely straight. We can also just go from here and just make it, as you can see that space there in the middle, it's blanked out. So we can, do it like this if you want and cut that out. Or we can just fix it up. So that's some ways you can do it, but we can just leave it like that for now. And I'll just copy this across to the other A. So there you go, we've already customized our type, and I'll just make another copy. Select it all, just copy it. And then maybe we want to edit this, P. Maybe we can even put the rocket in there if you want. Or even just make it a circle. Just to customize that. So it's like a planet. If you want. Or we can just leave it. What else can we do? So I'm always trying to think of connections. What can we do to customize the type? Maybe we can extend this out. Drop that down. Play around with it. Even put it on the bottom here. So it's all about like playing around, customizing the type, and seeing what you can do with it. You can even probably extend these out as well. But I'm kind of liking this so far. I'll make another copy. And I think I'm happy with this. So what I'll do, I'll just group these all together. And what I'm going to do is select it. And I want to make it transparent and get rid of all these shapes. So I'm going to press Shift M and just minus these shapes off like that. Holding Alt minus. And then for this one, I'm just going to not hold Option or Alt, but I'm just going to select this like that. So it's going to plus those shapes together. Alternatively, you can go to Pathfinder and press Unite, and that's going to unite them together, which is probably a better option. So you can see there, it's all one shape now. And I'm just going to drag this across, make it smaller. Maybe we want to have it like this, or we want to have the Logomark dominant. We can have it like that. Just like that. So there you have it. There's our logo. And just for playing around with the Logomark and simple typography and customizing it, we've created a custom type that works well. So yeah, just by making a Logomark and using some typography, you can create some simple logos that are gonna, work for your clients, and that's gonna build your portfolio up.